Hello friends, my name's Emile and welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 6. Today I figured I would do a race build on the Renault 5 Turbo. Now in the last race build I did on the Nissan Silvia, I mentioned I wanted to play around with the Turbo Rally engine, and I've decided to do it with this car for a number of reasons. Of course, one of the most important reasons is because it's the Renault 5 Turbo and it's a damn cool car. So let's get into this. Let's do it as a race build. I think I'm going to build this car to A-Class because I had one in Forza 5 that was A-Class and it was silly quick. So that's what we're going to go with. Anyway, let's stick the Turbo Rally engine in it. You can get the 3.7 litre V6 and the 3 litre V8 in this car. Not particularly interesting engines, but you can have those. Also, we are going to install all-wheel drive because rally car. Now we get to the most important part of this car, which is the body mods. Now, you can have that, which is kind of a different... I assume that's like a facelift bumper, maybe? I'm not sure. You can have some cibbies on it, which is kind of cool. Or you can have that. We are going for that. Of course we are. I don't care if it adds weight. That is what we are going for. Rear wings, well... You can have that. You can completely redesign the rear end, which actually matches up with the paint job, so that's probably the one we'll go for. Or you can have sort of the Forza standard rear wing. We're going to go with that. I've just noticed it's kind of cool because it's sort of like half spoiler, half bootlet as well. I am tapping A twice. I don't know why it's hesitating. There's also that rear bumper. We'll have that. Sure, why not? Side skirts, again, not particularly interesting side skirt, so we'll just have that. And finally, for the hood, you can get more rally lights. Yes, we're having more rally lights. Apparently that decreases the weight as well somehow, so bonus. Anyways, racing tyres, because of course. Full race whips. 245s on the front. I'm assuming 245... Oh, actually, no, it's a rear-wheel drive car stock, innit? 295s, Jesus, okay. Wasn't expecting that from the Renault. I was expecting much smaller tyres, considering this is kind of an oldish car. It's a 1980s car, so I guess it's kind of old. We will go with some brakes, because of course we need brakes. We also need suspension, because rally car, so it'll have a really soft suspension as standard. We are probably going to go roll cage on this, just because the standard car doesn't have nearly the amount of power that the Turbo Rally does. I'm not sure on weight reduction, to be perfectly honest with you. Mind you, it does help the weight distribution a bit, but we might actually leave that. Let's just see. Oh, right. I was going to say, see maybe putting some power into this, but nope, that ups the PI too much. So sod it, we'll have weight reduction, why not? Get some of the weight out of this car. 373 horsepower, mid-engine, four-wheel drive car. This could be very twitchy. That's kind of what I'm expecting. For the most part, the tuning that I did in Forza 5 doesn't, you know, that same logic doesn't really carry over to Forza 6 quite as well as I hope it would, or hoped it would, anyway. Yeah, we need a diff in there as well. Apparently we can't get the PI down anymore. I apologise, by the way. For some reason, like, my brain just can't compute how to say words at the moment. It is getting quite late, but for some reason my brain is just failing English right now. So I do apologise for that. Gear ratios seem pretty damn nice on this car, actually. Let us reduce the ride height, because of course we will. Suspension looks okay from stock. Why is that all 100%? Let's tone that down a bit. Let's get that going at about 60%. I don't think we're gonna have like any major control issues in this car, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, it's a Renault 5 Turbo. It's four-wheel drive now, anyway. So I don't. Oh, it looks so good. It looks completely slammed as well. I just noticed that. That's cool. Anyway, so there's the Renault 5 built. Let's go and race it. I would try and up the PI some more, but apparently I can't do that. Now, what sort of track do we actually want to go to with a car like this? I'm not really sure. Should we do the Alps? I know the Alps doesn't really suit this car, but it seems sort of like the best place to take it, maybe. Festival circuit, sure. Let us only go for 3 laps. We will just put it on any, because I believe they actually just customise cars to be around our level. Actually, sod it, we'll have 4 laps. Because I'm going to be using the start in 22nd place mod. I've completely forgotten what it's called. I think it's like severe setback or something. The reason I use that is just to try and keep the racing as interesting as possible. Usually you start in like 12th place. And to be honest with you, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I could probably just pass all the cars on the field and stay at the front for like 2 laps if I started in 12th place. So that's why I use the severe setback. It keeps it more interesting, it keeps more cars on the track and in front of me, which makes for some more exciting racing. Or at least, of course, that's what I hope. This is an A-class car. I think 4 laps should be enough. I'm kind of hoping I haven't like put too many laps on. That would be a bit problematic if I have. Hey, Dodge Vipers, Audi R8s, woo! And I've showed up in me Renault. Oh well. Oh well, we will win this race. I can tell you that for free. We're going to win. We are going to win. I mean, look at it. It's mighty. Mighty Renault. I don't think it's doing the cool blow-off noise. In Forza 5, it made a really cool noise, the Turbo Rally engine. Like, when you pulled off, you could just hear the turbo. It doesn't seem to be doing that, or at least from what I can hear. I have to have my TV on like very, very low basically so it doesn't come across on the microphone and ruin the video. So yeah, that's if it is happening, I can't hear it. I apologise if I'm moaning about absolutely nothing, although to be fair, it's my channel, what do you expect? Speaking of my channel, we have had an influx of actually no, I discussed that in the Sylvia video. Ignore me, I'm recording them back to back. I've forgotten what I've spoke about. It sounds about right. Anyway, we've got a KTM Expo in front of us. Let's see if we can get past him. Gear ratios seem pretty sorted for this track. Alps it's kind of a straight line speed. You do need a decent amount of cornering grip. By the feels of it, the Renault 5 kind of has that. I have felt it sort of do that occasionally where it seems to just sort of 4-wheel drift. But I mean, that's nothing I can't really handle. I've experienced that with cars before. I think that's just sort of as a result of putting the power more towards the middle of the car. That's usually how I like to tune my 4-wheel drive cars. I like to have sort of the power almost central. Usually I do it exactly 50%. On this car I've decided to do it 55% just because I decided I should. So, yeah. Although, to be fair, ooh, Vipers, oh, Christ, what the hell happened to the Viper? Okay, sure. Oh, it's not, no, yeah, it's gone, I've gone, silly Viper had silly crash, okay. Well, I don't know if we're going to win this race anymore because that has been a bit of a severe setback, but, oh, that was actually kind of cool. The way that Viper flew, jeez, man. Right, anyways, I've just noticed I love the steering wheel in this car. It's bloody brilliant. It's apparently it's like an R. It's like the shape of a Renault. The first letter of Renault. Sure, let's go with that. I didn't want to sound like that. The first letter of R is what I was going to say, so yeah, it's late. That's my excuse. It's quite late. So there you go. Is that Ferrari FF? I thought it was an F12 Berlinetta for a while there for some reason. My brain really is not working today. But there you go. I'm going to blame it on the fact that I've got a second screen next to me that's showing exactly what happened about 3 seconds ago, which is kind of weird. I'm still not used to this recording setup. I do like it though. It's much better for recording videos, which is nice. Afro Man 1997. I used to actually quite like Afro Man. I know his song, or you know, everyone knows that song, but yeah, that song's pretty cool. It used to be anyway. Yeah, Christ. Anyway, it's a Renault, so take your bets on which one's going to break down first, the Ferrari FF or the Renault. Probably the Renault. Mind you, I mean, I've known many people who've had French cars. Only one of our French cars was terrible, and that was a Peugeot 306. We had a 1.4 306. We owned it for 10 months. And we literally had it for 4 months. The dog is making much background noise again. Yay. Anyways, we had a Peugeot 306 that we had for 10 months. We had it for 4 months. It spent 6 months in the garage. During that time, like, we literally, I think, during the entire time we had that car, we spent more time in hire cars. Bear in mind, like, the garage that was doing it had crap hire cars, so I think it was, like, a Proton something. It was bright gold. It was the Caparo. The BAC Mono just died, apparently. But yeah, although, to be fair, after that, we got another 308. It was a 1.8 turbo, and that was just a fantastic car. Oh my god, such a good car, that Peugeot. Probably the best car we've ever owned, so... yeah, pretty decent car, all in all. I really like the blue metal on the doors. I don't know why. Hey, we beat Black Panther. Whoop whoop. Anyways, in a Renault. And we've got Mr. Xbox Ahoy. Okay, so as far as the Renault goes, there is a bit of understeer in this. It's a four-wheel drive car, though, so I was kind of expecting that. Not a bad car to drive, certainly. I thought I would be, like, heavily punished for not going for the Forza Aero. In the one in Forza 5 I ran had a Forza rear wing on it. Excuse me. And that one was really good. And I've never ran this car without a rear wing, at least to this sort of specification, but it actually appears to be handling its power quite nicely, which is good. Apparently they're all really slow around this track or something, I don't know. Either way, by the looks of it, we're going to overtake Corvettes and Jag XJ220s in a Renault. Which, save for maybe the Renault Espace F1, which, like, oh my god, we so need that in Forza. Please, can that be in, if that is actually in the next DLC, like, I'm actually going to fly over to Turn 10 to just, you know, go into their offices and just congratulate each and every one of them for putting that amazing car in it. It was, the only game I can think that car was ever in was Gran Turismo 2. I'm pretty certain, was it, no, it can't have been Alonso who drove it. Some French F1 driver drove it, I remember that. Look it up on YouTube, there is actually videos, the Renault Espace F1. Basically what it was an Espace people carrier with the Williams F1 engine in it, and it was very, very crazy. Bye-bye XJ220. The car just has so much straight line speed. That is... well, I wouldn't really say it's an issue in this car, because bye-bye XJ220. I wouldn't actually say that's much of an issue in this car, because it, you know, the gear ratios are spot on. You know, obviously it doesn't have the straight line speed of a Corvette and a Jaguar XJ220 and a Ferrari F40, which we've just overtaken. But, you know, it's pretty decent. This is probably one of the better cars I've built over this series. Perhaps not the most surprising. The most surprising for me is still that bloody the Plymouth Prowler. That thing was ridiculous. But this, it isn't bad. It really isn't bad. Yeah, good car, good car. Can we get past the 430 Scuderia? I do have to make a confession. I actually prefer the 430 Scuderia to the 458. I don't know why. I've never really been a fan of the 458. Like, I don't mind the new 488. Especially, was it the Spider they showed off? The dark blue one? I really like the look of that. Everyone was sort of saying how terrible the colour was. I actually really like the colour on the 488 Spider they showed. But yeah, I was just never really a fan of the 458. I didn't think it looked particularly great. Like, everyone was like, oh my god, it looks so nice. And to be honest with you, I just couldn't see it with the 458. But yeah, the 488 is a much better car. Unfortunately, it is turbocharged, but you know, what are you going to do? I have, you know, I would rather have cars either naturally aspirated or supercharged. I do get why people turbocharge cars. Don't get me wrong. And, you know, I have nothing against turbocharged cars. Turbocharged cars are awesome. But, you know, when it comes to sort of supercars and, you know, even Aston Martin, I did a video on it ages ago, Horizon 2 video. Go and find it if you can, actually. It's a really good video. Where I was speaking about Aston Martin's new ideas, and they was going to buy twin-turbo AMG GT units. And to be honest with you, I'd much rather Astons remain naturally aspirated. Like, I'm pretty certain the only supercar maker that like is sort of completely against turbocharging and so on is Lamborghini. Like, I don't. I mean, yeah, you could class the Audi R8, but I still can't class that as a supercar. I just can't bring myself to do it. But yeah, I think Lamborghini were like the only ones who are like really against turbocharging at the moment. But anyways, that was the Renault 5 Turbo race build. Overall, really good car, this. Give it a go. Give it a go with the Turbo Rally engine. I'm glad I finally got to use the Turbo Rally engine in something that turns out pretty decent. And so is the Renault 5, so give that car a go. Anyways, I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been the Real Emile. Until next time, farewell.